So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Galaxy S21 Ultra, why I'm staying with it. Now, a few months ago, I made a video titled why I'm switching to the S21 Ultra, and I think there's this impression that just because I'm a tech YouTuber, I'm always switching, and you would be partially correct, but at the same time, sometimes a phone comes along that I just can't stop using and stop going back to, and that's this one. And I'm talking about it in comparison to the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's not mostly going to focus on this phone, but I'll tell you why I'm sticking with it, because this is the one that I would go back to more often than not if I'm not using the S21 Ultra. The first reason is the S21 Ultra is far more comfortable to hold just because of the aspect ratio. Now, while I do like the wide aspect ratio of the 12 Pro Max for reading and things like that, this is more narrow, so it's very easy to hold in the hand, and because the edges are not squared, it's just a more comfortable phone, hands down, to hold day to day. And when you're using a larger device, comfort is an important factor in my personal opinion, because you're going to be using this, lugging this heavy thing around. Why not have the most comfort you can get? My next reason is the S Pen. I just feel so much more productive that I can use the Galaxy S Pen for this phone, and it got much larger, so it's a lot easier to write on it now. It doesn't feel small like the one that's buried into the Galaxy Note series. This one just feels super nice to write with, and a lot of people say I don't make use of the S Pen, but for me, I mean, if you're constantly using your mind to like think of a note or something, you got to jot something down. It's very easy to do this here, to take notes. So definitely it gets very useful, and because the pen is so much bigger, it just feels more solid, more sturdy. So that's a reason why I'm staying with this phone. It's just, you don't have that over here. And yes, you got notes, you can type on notes, but you could do that here too. Typing notes, that's not an excuse, you know, for not using an S Pen. An S Pen is just more productive because you have an extra tool to get, you know, actual written down notes. And something about when you write stuff down, it just connects with you a little bit stronger than typing it with your thumbs. Reason number 3 is the display. This feels more like the display you see on the iPad Pro than that display. The 60 Hertz just looks a little bit slower than the 120 Hertz, and you can definitely see it every time you go back to a Galaxy S21 Ultra. I mean, look at this. It's just incredibly smooth. There's no lag on this whatsoever. Reason number 4 is the cameras. Now, I've covered the cameras a lot, but they're just so much more fun to use, mostly because the features are incredibly extensive. So let me go back to the camera. We have director's view, night view, pro video. Yeah, pro video right in the application itself. So you can tweak the aperture, you can tweak the manual focus, the white balance, all that stuff. And then you have a ton of video modes, of course. You can even see your audio levels. There's just so much to do here. And not only that, when you do zoom, you can zoom really far and really far. 10x optical, 30x, 100x. I mean, come on, this camera is just super fun to take photos with. Take a look at this moon shot I got on this phone. I would never achieve that on the Galaxy S or on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And a lot of people say, I don't need to take a picture of the moon. Well, when you see that big moon, you know, when there's a full moon outside and you see it and you have the S21 Ultra in your pocket, you probably will snap that shot just because you know you can. It's just fun. But yeah, just getting these shots are just pretty cool, to say the least. And then if you want to zoom, you know, 10x, you can do that as well. Then I would say that even though, you know, the camera, some pictures might turn out better on the iPhone, some video might turn out better depending on your taste, this is really, really competitive, and you're probably not going to miss anything from that device when it comes to overall results, because this phone can nail the results as well. And then reason number 5 why I'm sticking with the S21 Ultra and not going back right now to the iPhone as my main business phone is because of the battery life. Now, the battery charges very fast. Wireless charging trio you can get for this. It's like a triple wireless charger, is pretty cool as well. But I would say that the battery, this is one of the few Android phones that's this power packed that can easily get through your whole day easily. So I gotta say the battery life on here, very acceptable. I think the iPhone 12 Pro Max might be slightly better when it comes to the standby time, but in terms of actual usage, they're pretty close. I would say the S21 Ultra is a very strong Android device when it comes to its overall battery usage. So Definitely with that 5,000 milliamp hour in there, it's been very good and it's hard to look back. Number 6 is the 5G performance. So on here, if I turn off the Wi-Fi, the 5G has been stronger. I feel like I get more performance on here than with the iPhone 12 Pro Max in terms of the overall download speed when I'm out and about. It just feels very quick in this department. So I don't really feel the need to switch back to the iPhone to get what, a little bit of a slower internet performance. No thank you. Reason number 7 is that Samsung has been patching up this phone monthly. So it gives you the impression that you have more security than before, when you would have to wait forever for getting a software update. With the S21 Ultra, they've been doing very good with patching the software, giving you a security update every single month. Reason number 8, the full screen of this device. It just looks so much better than a notch. I know we're going to reduce it this year. Hopefully we're going to see it reduced. And a lot of people say, yeah, this is an old topic. I really don't care. And I get it. When your brain gets used to something, you don't care anymore. You just adjusted to it. It just doesn't matter anymore. But if you put these side by side, I mean, the difference, I mean, look, is night and day. There's just no comparison. And one of the main things that I used to love about the iPhone series is that the chin was so small, but look at this. This is not huge anymore. We got a nice thin chin, very symmetrical look here. Maybe the sides being a little bit curved, a little more symmetrical on the S21 Plus, but still, look at this chin right here. Incredibly thin for an Android device. So very good overall design here. Reason number 9, I have all the apps I need. Now before, I used to have a few applications on the iPhone, but I've been working to make sure both apps are available on both platforms, and I think all the key critical apps you need to use are available on the S21 Ultra, just like they are on the iPhone. There are a few that are very iPhone specific, especially like LumaFusion. I love that video editing app, but I don't find it very practical to edit on a phone, especially seeing that I'm using a laptop to edit. So definitely not as practical. So I don't find that a main reason, but if you're only using your phone for editing, the iPhone still might be the choice. Number 10, screaming performance with this Snapdragon 888. It's always quick. Combine that with the fact that this phone never really overheats. It tells me how efficient it really is. 120 Hertz with that super slick display. This thing is a boss in performance. It's like a well-maintained sports car. Before, Samsung devices were always ridiculed for being, a little bit choppy. The animations have gotten quicker here. The speed with the 120 Hertz is great. Now you can say OnePlus does have smoother animations, which I believe they do. However, it's not going to be that noticeable if you're not using that device. So it just keeps humming along. This is not your Samsung of yesteryear. This thing is a blazing fast monster of a performer. So in conclusion, this was not a video trying to bash on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's an amazing phone in its own right, and I absolutely love it. If I didn't like it, I would have got rid of it already. It's a beautiful camera, beautiful build with that stainless steel. There's a lot of people that would far prefer that over this. However, I do think Samsung has really knocked it out of the park this year, and I think I'm going to be sticking with this one until we see what the iPhone 13 Pro Max does as my main driver. I like to give you guys updates on this, and I really made this video because, this phone is still getting discounted here and there. You can find it a little bit cheaper than you used to be able to find it, and it's still a question. I mean, this phone when it first came out was like $12.99. I think I've seen it for around $9.99, so it's come down a few $100. Whereas this one never really comes down. So let me know your thoughts. If you had the S21 Ultra, if you plan to buy one, are you waiting for the S22 Ultra? Are you just super mad about the fact they got rid of SD card, they have no MST, all that stuff, all those little, power features that they kind of got rid of? I think all the main stuff that we really like is still here though. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you found this one enjoyable, you might like this one as well. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.